Welcome everyone to the last day of the Flash TV show, series finale day, whichever way you want to word it. It's here. It feels weird. This week has gone sort of quick, but not quick at the same time. I feel like the past couple of days went really slow. But yeah, we're here. I started this about half an hour earlier than normally would, mainly because I'm sure it's just it's the last time, so last stream before it's finale day. That's the way to put it. So I thought start half an hour earlier. If we go to the same time, whatever it might be, that happens. But wait and see. Usually these streams, you go with the flow and see what happens. But welcome everyone that's coming in. I know there's going to be people that are emotional. It's weird though. Like I've seen, and what was I going to say? It's weird. Like I hadn't seen too much emotional stuff, but I went on I was ready to go to bed last night. I was like, okay, well, I'll try and get as much sleep as I can. And I opened up TikTok, and I had it was 3 minutes of me scrolling, and it was just like down memory road videos of the Flash. I'm like, how did the algorithm know that? But anyway, super weird. But welcome everyone that's coming in. Hello, I'm a special dude, Entity, Vanessa, Archie. For people asking, I don't know. I understand it might be confusing, but we are not watching the episode here. I don't that's just a one-way road to copyright claiming and a strike. So yeah, we won't be you won't be able to watch the episode here. It doesn't start for over 2 hours anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I understand maybe why someone would think that, but yeah, that's not happening. Just so people know that. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Yeah, the algorithm, it's not even a search thing. It might have been hacked into your Google or something like that, or your Twitter. It's it's a mind reader. It's really weird. I don't know. It's really odd, to be completely honest. Thank you, Ultra Media, for the super chat. Thank the love heart. The love heart. That's the way to put it. It didn't load for me for a second, so I only just saw the photo then. Yeah, I opened up Instagram an hour ago or something like that, and I did see all the stuff. We actually might have a look at that. If people have accounts of what actors posted certain photos, I can bring them up on stream if someone wants to make it known. But I will show this one just because I thought it was a really cool photo, but also a really awkward photo at the exact same time. It's anyway, that this just, and it's only awkward because of Reverse Flash's face there. I don't know why, but this just seems like a I don't know. This just seems like a funny photo to me. That's the thing. I saw a photo that I don't think was posted on social media, but it wasn't it's a leaked photo. It was just it seemed like it went through maybe private messaging or something like that, which showed Danielle Panabaker dressed normally. But I was like, okay, I don't know if that means it's Caitlyn back. But that's why I've been saying in videos that I think Caitlyn's back, because I saw that photo. But it might have been just Danielle Panabaker off camera. That's just, she was, dressed up because it was the final day or something like that. But yeah, but this photo, I just think it's funny. I don't know why. I also find it funny how Godspeed is the one that sort of looks the most chill. But anyway, yeah, I've seen the sneak peek. I probably won't watch it because it's got music in it, and that will get the stream taken down. If it didn't have music in it, I probably wouldn't, but it's got sort of the music in there, so I'm definitely not going to be able to, unless I watch it without sound. But the whole point of that sneak peek is what you hear, not what you see. So I probably won't be able to watch it unless I leave it right to the end, because then at that point I don't care. But yeah, it's just a sneak peek for the finale, at least the one I saw. I posted it on Twitter. So yeah. Oh, it's a sneak peek with Co-op Blue. It's a different one. Oh, so there's another one. I guess so. If anyone wants to link it to me on Twitter or something like that, or whatever it might be, then I will watch it. I will watch it if it's linked to me on Twitter and stuff like that, because I don't really want to be wasting my time searching. So if anyone links it to me, then I will watch it. I thought we were talking about the other one, the replicating the pilot episode, because there's music at the beginning of that. Yeah, I did see that Spider-Man stuff, the game stuff. I like the first Spider-Man game, and that one looks, I mean, from what I saw, it looked interesting. I mean, for the most part, I only saw a tiny bit of it. What was I going to say? Oh, here we go. This is what I was going to bring up. Naruto said, for me, an ad block the Cecile clip on Twitch. Oh, and we're watching clips on Twitch. Okay. Oh, by the way, so I think of you in my Twitch stream, whenever it was the last time we did, which was, I don't know, Monday. I can't remember what day it was. I might stream on Twitch tonight. I'm probably like 90% going to stream on Twitch tonight after the episode, but it's going to be after my review goes up. So it won't be like as soon as the episode ends, I'm streaming on Twitch. It'll be like an hour and a half after the episode ends, just so I have time to edit my video, upload it, blah, blah, blah. So if you're up at that time, or you maybe want to stay up a bit later, we will be, I'll 90% most likely be live over there. 90% most likely. But yeah, that's just a heads up for anyone that of interest, or anyone that might be up and is of interest of that. So yeah, just thought I'd give you that heads up. Someone link, is this the clip? Okay, I've got the clip here. It's like someone's recorded it with their goddamn hand. Okay, I've got it here, but we'll watch it eventually. And then Absar wrote, thanks for always being here. I grew up with you. I must say, and like sort of Absar's things triggered this, well, not triggered it, but brought it up. And people, I have gotten a lot of nice messages over the past couple of days. Like, because there's a new, I think maybe brought this up, I can't remember, but there's a new feature on Twitter DMs where you can voice message, and the amount of voice messages I got was sort of crazy. Like people say, like just like actually like vocally saying stuff. I thought it was really nice. So yeah, I mean, it's weird that the show, because people have asked me, like, do you think it's weird that the show is ending and stuff like that? For me, it's not necessarily weird that the show is ending, because I thought it would end with season 9. I think it's going to be weird, and I think this might be the case with a lot of people next week, when you get to like the period where like, oh, an episode's going to be on. And sure, you could like mentally think, oh, it's just on break, but it's just not on break. It's, it's not on. So that's probably when it'll be weird, is like this time next week. My Twitch channel is linked in the description of this stream. If you're on like your mobile, you can just type in twitch.tv/pagmyst. It's PAGMYST. But it should be linked in the description of this stream if you want to go follow. But if I am live on Twitch, what I'll do is I will, obviously you can follow me on Twitter and I'll tweet it out. But on the top comment, like the pinned comment of my review that will go up after the episode, I will say, yo, live on Twitch now, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll delete the comment once I'm not on Twitch anymore. So that'll be the thing there. Well, that's the thing. Like I understand, like, not wanting to show the end. Like, to be honest, I understand as well. Like, I love talking about the show and everything like that. But I guess one thing you can do is, I mean, I was trying to calculate it in my head. Like, I think if it's just the Flash, it's like, I think it's like 120 or 30 hours. So that's like almost an entire week of watching if you wanted to rewatch the show, let alone the Arrowverse. I've seen an account from someone I know that says they're going to rewatch the entire thing. I don't know if I'd be able to watch the entire Arrowverse, like all the shows and stuff like that. But I mean, you can, obviously the whole rewatch thing is there. But I have noticed like the DC account and stuff, like they tweeted out that video. Well, not a video, just like the clip from Crisis where Ezra Miller's Flash meets Grant's. The clip from Crisis. So I did see that. What's this? Oh, goodness me. Okay, well, I will say this. I did get a donation through Streamlabs, I think it was. This is from Dwayne. It was very nice. He goes, because it's on here. He goes, Pagey, thanks for keeping us flash enthused. That's a term. Flash enthused for the past several years. Good luck with your future projects. So thank you very much for that, Dwayne. I'm not too sure if you're in the chat. I do want to thank you very much for that. It was greatly appreciated. We do not, trust me, if there's one day you will not get shirtless, Pagey, it's today. It is so cold. It is so cold outside. I went out without my shoes on. I felt like I had frostbite. I don't know why I walked out with that shoes on when I took my dog out to go to the toilet. Oh, God, it's so cold. So there will not be shirtless pages today. No cameo in the finale. I'm confused, by the way, with the cameo thing, because it's suggested something's happening, but at the same time, I don't think anything is like, if that makes sense. Like it's weird. It's weird. Like I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything surprising. At least someone surprising showing up. I think they might do something visually. Maybe that could be cool and be like very surprising. Whether it shows maybe past people, but I don't think you're going to get like a I'm walking through the door sort of cameo sort of things. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sitting so zesty, or is it Reverse Flash? Might be talking about Reverse Flash because I saw someone else say that. I don't think I am. You can hardly see me. Are you? I'm assuming that means am I watching the episode live? We will not be watching the episode live. We'll be ending the stream about like 15 minutes, half an hour before the episode. Probably about 15 minutes before the episode goes live. Yeah. What was the thing I saw before I wanted to read out? Did I see the video of the flat? Actually, I might bring that up. Let me try and find it. I don't know if anyone saw this. It was pretty, I don't know. I saw people going like sort of crazy over it. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they do that. But I'm like, they got to leave some. They eventually had to get rid of it. Let me try and find it. Where is it? God, oh my God, this account's posted so much. I saw it last night. Let me try and find it. Is this it? This is it. Okay. 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 I'm gonna take that terrible music off. It's got some weird music going on. But, oh no, you can't see it. There we go. So that's the Flash set being dismantled. That's the Flash set being dismantled. I'm surprised it took so long. Maybe this was old video. Maybe it's not from like yesterday. Like it was posted yesterday, but maybe the video's from like, because the show wrapped filming like a month ago. So yeah, like the show wrapped filming like, but that's weird. Like that's CCPD. That's CCPD right there. So that's weird seeing because that set was there for so long, you know, like that specific set was there for ages. So that's weird seeing that. Like maybe like the Speed Lab was there for. Actually, that was there for a good amount of seasons. That was there for like since like season 3 or something. So maybe that's weird. But yeah, I did see people bringing that up, and I thought, God, that's really awkward seeing it. That is really awkward seeing. Not awkward, but weird. How do I get rid of this? There we go. There we go. Get that off screen. Go away. Get out of here. Okay. Do get some super chats. I'll just quickly read. Not quickly read them out, as if like we're on a speed run. We've got to be here for a while. We've still got like at least an hour and a half sitting here chatting. So we got Dan that said, "Hey Paigey, I just sent a final PayPal contribution. Hopefully, I'll get home in time to watch the Flash episode tonight. Thanks so much for keeping. Why am I looking over here? Thanks so much for keeping us Flash enthused for the past several years. Oh, so that was you. So okay, all good. Thank you very much for that, Dan. Dan's been always supporting the channel and everything like that. So hopefully you do get in time to watch the episode tonight. I know it's like weird because it's not like streaming where everyone can jump on at a certain time there. You know, it goes out at one time. Obviously, I always get them confused. East Coast, where like New York and stuff is, will get it first. West Coast has to wait another 3 hours. So it is a bit awkward that being the case. But yeah, so hopefully it's hopefully there's nothing spoiled, if you want to put it, if there is anything major. Jake said, watching for the Netherlands from the beginning. Thank you very much for that, Jake. Thank you for joining in the stream. It's sort of weird because I know there'd be people that like started watching me back in season 2. Like I know that I remember names and stuff like that as well. At least like, you know, maybe like, you know, names that stand out, like something weird, like a weird name or something like that. But thanks very much for that, Jake. Lone Wolf said, what's your biggest concern going into the finale? For me, potentially the misuse of Zoom. I don't know if you want to answer this if anyone else wants to give their thoughts on this in the comments or the chat, might I say, feel free to. Mine is maybe just the general wrap up, and when I say that, I don't mean the storyline, because I personally think the Cobalt Blue storyline is pretty much in the final episode now anyway. Because they did everything with Eddie that they had to. Now it's just sort of how it plays out from this point forward. I think it's whether they have enough time to do that and wrap up the show. Because you look at a lot of shows like Arrow and Supergirl, which had those proper, like they ended as well. Like they didn't cancel. They had their proper endings. They had wrapped up their storylines before before their actual finales. Their finales were these entire trips down memory lanes or wrapping up the show and its characters. Like Supergirl had an entire episode of just wrapping up characters. Like they didn't do anything in their final episode outside like the first 5 or 10 minutes. And Arrow, obviously Oliver was dead, so it was a bit of a weird finale. But once again, they weren't finishing off a major villain or anything like that. But this, like the Flash is different because of what's happening here. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. My prediction for the finale is that it's not as clear-cut ending, or it's not as much of a clear-cut end as some people think it will be, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like I think it's not going to be like a proper finale where like everything's closed off. I feel like it's going to be very, very open-ended, especially with how Eric Wallace talked about it. Eric Wallace said that I've never watched it, but he said the Angel finale, which is like the Buffy spinoff, was an inspiration. And from people that have watched Angel, that like we went over on Twitch, and people said the Angel finale is like very open-ended. Like it ends like mid-battle or something like that, or it ends like mid-scene. It's very weird. So it's very open-ended. Like it doesn't give you a proper ending. So I think that might be what the Flash does, but maybe not in a frustrating way. More of like you can sort of like do like a head canon and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think when he referred to The Office, he was talking about people coming back, which is like, because he mentions Michael Scott coming back in The Office finale, which is like Zoom coming back, Reverse Flash, or maybe like Zoom and probably like Savitar, because we saw Reverse Flash last season. Godspeed was only like a season and a half ago. So yeah, Sopranos ending. He didn't mention Sopranos, but Sopranos ends like cut to black. Not even fade to black, but cut to black. So yeah. Wait, is he? Okay, so, well, you know, Lone Wolf says like potentially the misuse of Zoom. Well, Kang Vader says that Tony Todd is voicing Zoom again. I assumed he was, though there's nothing I don't think in the trailer that has him talking as Zoom. He was liking tweets and stuff like that. Even like up until a couple of days ago. I saw a couple of days ago he liked someone's tweet about Zoom being in the finale. And I was like, would he really like that if he wasn't voicing Zoom? But then again, how much of Zoom is in the mask? There might be a lot of Zoom with just Teddy Sears talking, though they have to do that. You can't bring Zoom back and not do the demon voice. You have to do that. Okay, Angel ended on him and his team starting another fight. That's what Lita, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Okay, well that maybe leads into another thought I had. I think I said this in my trailer breakdown, or was it a video over the weekend? That this is probably like my dream finale ending, like final ever thing, was like an epilogue going to the future into the Flash Museum and seeing all the heroes there, and going to the Flash Museum like 200 years from now. So like around the time when Reverse Flash would be born, and seeing what the Flash legacy was at that point. I don't think that's going to happen. One, because there's no sign of it, and two, because Stargirl took that idea. So Stargirl did that in their finale, which ended up being a series finale. So I don't know if Flash did it, because it might be seem like they're copying it. But I think some of you guys would have heard this already, but I think a really cool way to end the show is if it's like you can get voice cameos. You could get voice cameos of the Justice League. I'll call them the Justice League, whichever way you want to put them. All the other heroes of the Arrowverse, but the ones that are part of Justice League, like Supergirl, Superman, obviously not Green Arrow because he's dead, Black Lightning or something, or at least one or two of them phoning into Barry saying, we need your help, come to the Hall of Justice. And you see Barry running, and then like there's maybe some like action in the background, or it's like him running into the Hall of Justice, something like that. Like a VFX shot of him running in there. That would be really cool. And it would sort of play off like that Angel thing, I think, because Eric Wallace said that the ending sort of like not only leaves the Flash open as a show, but the Arrowverse as a show, as a universe, might I say. Does that make sense? But yeah. Thank you very much for that super chat, Lone Wolf. We did get GPG. I just wanted to say a big thank you for all of us for all your funny. Is that subjective? Because anyway, funny and enthusiastic videos over the years, all the intriguing theories, and most of all, shirtless Pagey, RIP the dream shirtless Pagey. The future looks bright. yeah, like it's going to be very interesting to see, because here's the thing, I've seen this like a big query about DCT as a whole, because I know people ask like and are worried about, no, is Paige gonna have anything to talk about? I've said this in my Q&A video. If you watch that, I just talk about stuff I like. Just that, like, really, when the Arrowverse started to go bigger and bigger and everything like that, I mean, it takes up all your time. I mean, people, you got to remember, like, especially during like, I don't know if you've been around, you remember, like, I used to review Supergirl and Legends every single week, and eventually I just stopped really liking those shows to the point where it felt disingenuous talking about them. I'm not going to sit there and talk about something I'm not at least consistently liking most of the time. Like, if there's a bad episode of a show, whatever. I mean, I reviewed Arrow season 4. Like, hello. But I mean, it takes up all your time. But now I have the time. There's Superman and Lois, so I'm looking forward to making other videos. The issue is that this DC reset that's happening with James Gunn is like pausing everything. So anyone that talks about DC stuff come like the back half of this year is going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. So yeah, but there will be retrospective stuff. Like, don't worry, I'm not just going to drop anything Arrowverse and Flash related. I've got some videos like there is a series I want to do. And I'm going to do, but it's a much more time extensive one. Like it involves me writing a lot. But it's like a what if series. Like what if, like one, actually, I've got it written down. Where do I have it? Do I have it? No, it's outside. Sorry, it's outside. It's on my coffee table. Do you call it a coffee table in America? I'm just wondering. I said coffee table like another stream ago, and someone went, "What's a coffee table?" But anyway, it's on my coffee table, like the book I have that I write stuff down in. But it's one of the ones I know I have is like, what if Wally West was Savitar? And pretty much you write the storyline around that, and like, you know, things like you go, okay, well, the first half of the season plays out exactly the same, but then in this specific episode, it changes. And this is where it diverts to where Wally West is, you know, this different thing happens, which then leads into Wally West becoming Savitar, and then how it plays off at the end and why he would do what he's doing and like things like that. But it's a bit of a more extensive one. And more editing, and I'd use clips from the show and some Photoshop and stuff like that. So it's a bit more of an extensive one, but it's a series that I'd play. So you might not get that for like a month from now, but it's something that I've already started doing it. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything when it's coming out. But then it's going to be general retrospective stuff if people suggest things like that. I don't know if you saw I don't know if anyone saw the video. Did I upload it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was the like the hot takes. I think it was sort of like Savitar was the coolest villain or something like that, and season 7's not a bad something like, I think it was like that. The Flash hot takes. There'll be things like that where like they'll be like filmed on Twitch, but I'll edit them down. Like that was like an hour and 10-minute segment. I edited it down to like 20 minutes. I left some stuff out, but I edited it down to like 20 minutes and stuff like that. So things like that. There'll be some edited stuff down like that in regards to like retrospective stuff, like longer form discussion things. And some people have told me this. I didn't know because someone else is handling it, but my first video on TikTok went up. Apparently it's got like 1,000 likes. I don't know how, because I didn't even promote the TikTok. I didn't promote the goddamn TikTok or anything like that. But someone told me there's a TikTok from my account. So I'm not running, it's my account, but someone asked if they could handle it. And they did. So if you look up Paigey or something on TikTok, my TikTok account's there if you want to go follow it. And there will be like edited things down that will be put there, more like discussion-based things and back and forths and stuff. But yeah, so I do have a TikTok account. It's weird. I didn't even know the video went up. But it's like Paigey, I think Paigey YT or Paigey. I think it's Paigey YT. Hold on, let me have a look. So I know I'm not. What is going on here? I've got a goddamn Dyson ad. It is Paigey YT, one word. So PAGEY YT. If that's on TikTok. If you want to go follow it. So yeah, I'm pretty much I don't know what's the dance called. I'm not going to be doing any TikTok dances. I'll say that now. Yeah, thank you very much for that, GPG. Yeah, thank you. That's all I can say. I think that's pretty much the best way to put it. Thank you very much for that. We did get Epic Warrior. I'm glad I found your channel 8 years. Been a hell of a journey. I hope future Barry, is in the finale, or Barry becoming the lightning bolt that hits him. I think there could be something with future Barry, and the reason I say that is just because we start the episode in the future. I'm pretty sure because that's where we left Barry. So I think that might happen, but I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what happens because we know that at least based off one of the sneak peeks that the like the timeline is in flux and everything. Like there's already like temporal rips or something in the future, so it's spreading to the past or to, I guess, to the present day. So that could lead to some interesting things. Like my whole theory around the thing, like the finale, is that Barry is allowed to time travel to reset stuff if he needs to because there's already a temporal flux. Like the timeline's already being changed, so he already has the pretty much the free reign to time travel, if that makes sense. So I think we're going to see people die. I think we're going to see people get killed, but then Barry runs back in time to stop them from getting killed again, if that makes sense. But yeah, people have been asking this, so I will bring this up. So people asking, "Oh, how do you watch the episode?" Blah blah blah. I'm not saying blah 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 in like a mean way. I'm just saying, like, you know, people are asking and adding more stuff to that. So this is where I watch. This is a fully legal thing. So if you wanted to just do this for this 1 week, you can do it. So this is where I watch. It's called US TV Now. And you can see, like, usually it's goddamn divorce court over here. Like that goddamn show is usually divorce court before the Flash is on, and goddamn young Sheldon is usually there. But this is where you can watch if you want to watch it live and you aren't either in America or you're on like a different time zone. You want to watch it as soon as it's out. That's where you can do it. So if like I clicked on that, it'll load it up and there we go. So I only wanted to show like a split second of it. So that's what you can do. To be honest, I remember during Crisis, the goddamn thing kept crashing. It kept crashing. Pup says mine has ads with viruses. Well, it sounds like you're using a sus version, Pup. So maybe not give you a legal name in regards to when you say you're doing stuff like that. But yeah. What's this? Matthew said, I got banned on the Superman Lovers subreddit for talking about this, so don't share on Reddit. What, US TV Now? Really? It's a free web. It's not free, sorry. It's a well, there's parts of it that are free, but it's a legal website. It's literally for like military people so they can watch your American TV. Maybe I'm flaunting the system or something, but yeah. Anyway, I will bring up the Instagram. See, some people said there was some photos on there that were of interest. Mike said check the CW Flash story. Well, I'll bring this up. Hold on. Where do I go? They said it broke their piracy rules. I think that's a load of arse, but anyway, I think that's real. But thank you, Epic Warrior, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Let me bring up this Instagram thing here. Okay, so that's Tom Kavanagh. Oh, I've zoomed in the wrong goddamn screen. We want to go over here. Okay, so we got Tom Kavanagh here. Just ... I guess nothing to say. Him in the reverse Flash suit. Oh no, that was him in the Flash suit, and then him in the reverse Flash suit. The one clip I keep seeing of him is it's during season 1, and it's him playing basketball. It's him versing like that Grant filming him playing basketball or something like that. I think it's just a funny clip. I think it's just a funny clip of him playing basketball. But yeah, there's Tom Kavanagh. The CW Flash story. I mean, there's Grant's. I'm zoomed in so much that it's weird. Let's type in CW Flash. There we go. I know that it was Rick Cosnett that was doing it. I might zoom out a bit because it's quite zoomed in. Well, that's the most. I did skim through this quickly. That's right. That's where I found that photo of them sitting down and chilling out. See, this was the thing. I'd like this. The DC here randomly posting this stuff now, and then they posted the clip of like the Crisis clip. So now they're connecting it like right at the end. Now they're like sort of like going, oh, all this stuff's happening. Maybe they got the memo. It's like, hey, you haven't really done anything. Like, here we go, the crisis clip.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, that must have been loud. That was loud in my ears. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so yeah. I was just reading this comment here. Someone goes, I wish they would do the same thing, but with Spider-Man, such an original idea and totally not desperately pan. Oh, I think they're making that this did it first before Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that's a bit of a jab at them. But I have to say, quickly, do people think that because this was posted and now they're trying to interconnect it all, do people think that they're suggesting Grant's in the movie or like an end credit scene? Do people think that? I don't know if that's going to be the case. And the main reason I think they might not have pushed it too much, and you might think this is like the opposite, like you'd be like, oh, well, I think it's the opposite because of that reason. But because the Flash show is finishing so close to the movie coming out, that they'd be like, well, we want the show to be the ending and not Grant to just show up randomly there and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. Muhammad, it's always been it's always a pay thing. I think you can pay like $1 or something or $1.99 to get a free trial. But it's whether you really want to watch it. If you don't want to pay the like $2 or something of these to get the day trial over there, then yeah. Grant deserves the spotlight, not Ezra. I mean, the comments here are probably interesting. Well, people think this is a clip from the movie. That's the thing. I'm surprised that like people think like I saw someone on Twitter think that. I was like, is this a clip from the movie? Like, why is this leaking? And like, God, have you never been on the internet? When this happened, I know we're going down flashback route or flashback alley, but does anyone remember this? Does anyone remember this happening? Like I think I said in my video, like I think it was a Q&A. It might have been the Q&A video that I lost my mind when it happened, and I had to wait. I was like, God, I want to talk about it now, but I had to wait to finish the rest of the episode. But when this happened, it was insane. Everyone was like, oh, wait, did that just happen? And everyone thought it was fake as well. People thought like it was Photoshopped, like they weren't in the same room together and everything like that. I remember it was absolutely insane when it happened. It was crazy. And those people that didn't know what was going on, they had it spoiled for them. But that's why, like, in those moments, you had to watch the episode when it was happening or not get spoiled and just, stay off the internet until you can watch the episode. Twitter, it was insane. Like for like the best reason possible ever, Ezra Miller was trending at number 1. I think it was like Ezra Miller was trending at 1. It was like Ezra Miller, Grant. It was like Crisis, Ezra Miller, Grant Gustin, and then it might have been like Multiverse or something like that. It was pretty insane, all the stuff that happens. But yeah, I mean, someone said that James Gunn posted it and stuff like that. But I don't know if James Gunn would have too much control over like, forcing a cameo thing at the end of there. But like, yeah. But we do have a guest to join us for probably, I guess, like we've been going for about half an hour, so probably like the next 45 minutes, half an hour. Sorry, so we have a back-to-back conversation, and this is Robert Storms. Well, DJ Eric, welcome in, Eric. So, how much have you cried today? You sent me a photo before. It was like Eric. It looked like you were kneeling over the toilet. So I don't know if it was like emotional vomiting. I'm not too sure exactly what it was, but yeah. How emotional are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know. I'm pretty. It's like I've got mixed feelings, honestly. Like I'm excited about it because I want to see how they wrap all this up, but I'm also like thinking tomorrow is my last ever Flash review because I'll record it tonight and then it'll go up tomorrow and that's it. Of course, I'll still be doing Flash content, but I'm just thinking like it's the last time I'll review an episode of the Flash, and so. The next Flash review I do is going to be the movie, probably, after I see the movie. So, but seeing all these behind the scenes photos and all this other stuff, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's weird because, and this is how I worded it. I don't think it's going to be weird now. I mean, during the finale, like, oh wow, I'm watching the finale, and that's maybe where it's a bit weird. But I think the weird thing will be like next week when you go, okay, well, the Flash is coming up, get ready. Oh wait, no new episode to talk about.
Right.
And things like that. That's where it will be weird. At least that's where my headspace goes in regards to it. I think that's when it'll be weird. And obviously, like we've talked about this before, but like when the actors and stuff probably won't feel it's too weird until like June or July when they normally go back to filming the show. But then again, that'll be weird as well when we get to like the end of this year and you're like, oh, a new season's coming out. It's like, no, there's nothing. There's nothing coming out. So that's where it's going to be super weird. But yeah, I'm just looking through the things here, like the I think I'm surprised they had Rick Cosnett doing the Instagram takeover. I thought they would have had Grant, but maybe Grant's not that social media savvy, so maybe he's like, oh, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. So he probably just post random stuff. But I did see Grant posted some photos. I don't know if you maybe this is what you're talking about. This one here.
Yeah, I saw this.
I'm assuming this is not that. That looks like it's something from the the Scooby-Doo movie where they change bodies.
Uh-huh.
And like their heads go on the other. Like
it looks like a Photoshop. It looks like a Photoshop of.
Oh no!
Like,
yeah.
Flash head on somebody else's body.
Does anyone remember? Like, is like I don't know what Scooby Doo movie was, but Shaggy gets boobs or something. It looks like that. Weird reference, I know, but that's what it sort of reminds me of. I don't know why, but it was the next one, that one, where I'd assume this is when he first tried on the golden boots with the suit.
Look how he's got his foot up. He's like holding us. He's looking at his new kicks down there or whatever. So
yeah, or maybe this was before this season. I don't because it says final flash behind the scenes as if it was like before like the last prep for a season. So I'm not too sure. That's like the pool scene. That's some green screen stuff. Dancing while chained up, bit odd. Eric's favorite group, the meme team. Up to your favorite character, the hotness right there. Second favorite character, Goldface. What episode was that? Was that the episode where they were only in it for like 2 seconds? I think it might have been. And then a lovely selfie. Just probably the best you can do it. Stop that. There we go. But yeah, like it's gonna. I think that's when it's gonna be weird. But do you have any like? Someone asked it before, and we got some super chats to go over. Okay. So if you have any like opinions to get out there and or questions to ask, be sure to super chat. Just because there's so much going on, so much to talk about. But someone asked, and this would be like the only thing I reference back to ask you before we move on. Do you have any concerns going into the finale?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's a high possibility that some of it's not going to hit. Like I think some of the dialogue and stuff probably not going to be great. There's only 2 things I want out of this finale, and if they do that, then I'm good. One is I want the battle to be really epic. Like I want the battle between Cobalt Blue, the evil speedsters, and Team Flash to be really epic. And number 2, I want the ending to really resonate with like. Because I think they said we're supposed to think this is the end of the show, but not the end of the Flash. So I want the ending to sort of make it feel like there is a story continuing on. I don't want some like sappy loves West Island scene or whatever at the end. I want it to feel like the story is continuing. And I would love it if they do a voiceover scene with Barry running through the city as the last scene. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
What if Cecile dominates half the episode beforehand? See, now you got a conundrum there. Now you got.
I'll give it a 10 out of 20. Then maybe the
10 out of 20. So you made a 5 out of 10. That's
no, I said a 10 out of 20, not a 5 out of 10. So.
Okay. Well, my thoughts on that is, you weren't here. So my cool thing that potentially they could do at the end, just basing off what like Eric Wallace said, because he referenced the Angel finale, and I hadn't watched Angel. So have you watched Angel?
Yeah, I remember that.
So people have said the Angel finale or the end of it is him, like them starting a fight, and then it ends. They're starting another fight, and then it ends.
The end of the Angel finale, if I'm recalling, it's been a while since I've seen it. They have this hell on earth situation where all of these demons and dragons and everything are out there, and they defeat the big bad character, but then they have like this like incident where all these creatures come out or whatever, and you see the whole team together, and they're just like, all right, here we go again, and then that's pretty much the end of the series. So I feel like that's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my thought around that, because when people sort of Well, I didn't get the specifics like you just gave it, but I got the rough idea, like a new fight starts. My thought is that Barry gets a call from the Justice League and he runs to the Hall of Justice. And that opens not only the Flash continuing, but the Arrowverse as well.
Yeah. That would be
so
cool.
And you could get a voice cameo like Victor Garber, but maybe it's like, I mean, the easiest one to do, in my opinion, is Tyler Hoechlin, and it's a way to get Superman back on the show without physically being there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's his voice. Unless you goes, Barry, it's Superman, or something like Barry, it's Clark. Let's say that. Because the only voice I think that's maybe people would be able to pinpoint would maybe be Melissa.
Barry, it's
off the top of my head.
We're doing this thing. You got to come and help us. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm cool with
just
that.
Just to mention, if anyone mentions the transcript, I'm gonna have to like silence you. Do not mention that.
No,
I'm sorry. I know you liked coming in here, Justin, saying it, but please just do not mention it. I'm sick of the word transcript. Ever since people said episode 9 was bad after the transcript, I'm sick of people mentioning it.
I believe that's going to ruin the future of television. Every time we try to talk about something, people are going to come in and say, oh,
they're going to go, I know everything because I read the transcript, which is just dialogue. It's not even the actual story. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, please don't mention that. Otherwise, we'll have to just kick you. And apparently it's trolling as well because I don't even think the transcript leaked because I haven't seen anyone say it either, which is, I guess, a positive.
But that's another problem is people can create fake transcripts and say this is the
it's probably like some Cecile fancy fiction or something like that. Heroes Dream said, Paigey, no to voice dialogue ending.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I mean, does that mean like what you're saying? Maybe where like Barry does the monologue and then, or was that?
I would like that. I'd like to see Barry like.
Well, I think that's what it is.
Action, and then he'll do a monologue at the end. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I think no matter what it is, what the actual setting is, I think that's what it is roughly in any way. I won't be reading the end of that Heroes Journey.
Oh, wait a minute. Another thing is that we saw sort of like a clip of the ending of the show or whatever, and then Grant went in a week later to do some ADR. I bet you recorded the voiceover dialogue.
Well, I think he did ADR as well because he had COVID.
Yeah, but I think they probably also did it then as well because he hadn't been able to do ADR. So
because we know that they had to film scenes because like with his stunt double, but just filming from the back, and then they film like front on stuff on green screen. Or they had to reuse shot. They in the trailer, in the extended trailer, they're reusing a shot from episode 9 when like it's Reverse Flash said, oh, you wouldn't think I'd miss this or whatever it is. And then they show like a close up of Grant like standing there looking angry. That's from episode 9.
Yeah, like, I think we're gonna have a lot of that because if he did had COVID, they had to find a way to like, you know.
Yeah, but then again, you could also like just do like the cutting out and put something else in the background. And
true,
I'm not too sure. And maybe there's even something where maybe he looks different. Maybe he's got like a scar on, like not a scar but a cut or something, or a cut lip or something like that. And maybe that's why they use something like that. I'm not too sure. But Matthew said, hey, man, I've been watching you since I was 15, 22 now. God. And I just want to say thank you for all the content. I must say it's been weird, like the people saying like that. Because in America, it's different, like your high school system. So you start like when you are like 15, is it high school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people saying like they started in high school. Now they're like, they started watching the show or started watching my channel when they were in the first year of high school or entering high school. And now they're graduating from college or university and stuff like that. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's weird. It's a bit trippy. Because to me, and I was thinking about this last night when I was making the thumbnail for this and like, you know, scheduling the stream. And I was thinking, it was like, it feels like the show's been on for ages. It feels like it was ages ago that I was watching season 2. Like it feels like it was ages ago. It feels like it was 10 years ago watching season 2. But it only feels like it was yesterday watching Crisis or season 6.
Right.
It feels weird. And I think obviously that's the whole COVID thing where it feels like we lost time. But it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. That was like, it was like all those shows were on and stuff like that. And here's the thing. With the Flash ending, it's not just ending the Arrowverse. It's ending in not only an era on the CW. So it's the Flash ending, the Arrowverse ending. It's ending the CW era on TV of any sort of relevance because who knows if Superman Lois stays or moves or just gets cancelled. But also the network superhero thing, there's not going to be anymore.
Right. And
to be honest, I think on a consistency basis, it actually is more like, I think, how would you say it? Like, it had more of an impact than anything I think streaming will do because the streaming just feels like it's the movie's little brother. Like they're just chucking stuff that won't be.
I think the era of like week to week reviews like you and I started doing pretty much ends with the Flash. Because
Well,
Superman
you're
and
never
Lois,
going to have a hype. You're never going to have a hype show anymore.
no, because Superman
At
and
least
Lois
the
is
superhero
great.
thing.
Superman and Lois is great, but I don't think Superman and Lois builds the hype the same way that Flash did over the years,
Or even the
Arrow did over
Arrow
the
shows. Like
years.
even Supergirl managed to do it sometimes,
Yeah.
or like
So I
Arrow did it.
actually
Yeah.
think at the end of this, we'll wrap up Superman and Lois. Of course, I'm sure the last few episodes will be really good. We'll wrap that up. We don't know if that's coming back or not, but the era of network TV superhero shows is done. I think this is it.
Unless like HBO Max folds or something like that, but HBO Max won't be the one to fold. It'll be something like, I don't know, let me like Paramount Plus or something like that, or Peacock, and then they might want to get something going, but nothing in the way that it was. Like, and I saw like this thing, it's the Arrowverse is something that will never be replicated, no matter how much it's tried, because Disney Plus is never going to put like it's got the movies. All the big stuff's always going to be on the movies, so they're not going to
they'll build it up on the shows, but then the big thing will be a movie.
The climax will be on the
like
actual
WandaVision, like
movie.
WandaVision did with Doctor Strange.
Or even like, like James Gunn isn't going to spend time developing anything in the movies that will lead to anything on the shows on HBO Max, unless it's like with one specific character and it's a minor thing. Sorry, it's Max. Sorry, not HBO Max. Sorry, but it's Max, the home of HBO. So sorry, that's like so stupid that name change. But anyway,
they made it longer for no reason.
Yeah, it's sort of crazy how how impactful it was, but also it's not just that ending, it's also just the entire thing with network TV. But then network TV is going to the dogs anyway, because people are money hungry and want to get people paying $25 a month or something for the streaming stuff. So but yeah, thank you very much for that, Matthew. God, this is annoying to click. I think this might be about you, Eric. Lol jokes. My favorite, this is from Tig. Hopefully I'm pronouncing Tig the realist. I haven't pronounced that correctly. I'm not. It might be Tig. It might be Tig. I'm not too sure. I was thinking Tig because Tiger, the rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was, anyway. My favorite Arab is YouTuber.
It could be Ty G, the realist.
It could be Ty G. It could be TYG. I'm not too sure. My favorite Arab is YouTuber by far. How do you feel about them using your Cobalt Blue idea with Eddie? I remember you suggested years ago. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with it, if that makes sense. Though I feel like, did Eric Wallace watch a video? I'm not too sure. Yeah. But to me, I think it was.
I should have never told you that in private, because then you.
Okay. Sure, it was your idea. But to me, I'm like, I think it's a pretty simple theory in a way in which you think about, like, you try and translate Eddie from the show and combine it with Malcolm Thorne from the comics, and sort of like a middle ground between them. So I'm happy they went with that idea for the most part, because I think it's the one that makes the most sense if you're going to use Eddie. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Obviously we'll see the payoff of it in today's episode in like an hour and a half or something like that. But yeah, it feels weird. I was talking about that since like season 2 or 3, and then 6 years later, 7 years later or something, it's playing off on screen.
So I was talking about it.
You're talking about it before season 1 even ended, before Eddie Thorne was even a character, apparently. Time traveler. Yeah, okay. But thank you for that, Tig? IG? hopefully I pronounced that. One of the ways is correct. Hopefully one of the ways is correct. We did get Shinkai. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm gonna assume I am. Shinkai 9. I remember watching you a few months before season 4 came out. I'm 20 now. Thanks for all your hard work on Flash News, man. I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm probably gonna get someone commenting, I wasn't even born yet, but now I'm 30. I'm like, how's it even possible? But yeah, it's weird. I mean, time flies. I mean, I remember where I was personally when I started making Flash videos. Like, I remember I was in this job and I had become redundant. So I got not fired, but just like let go. And I was there, I was like, okay. And I had 2 weeks before I started another job. And I was sitting there, I was like, I'm bored. It was like, I think it was around the middle of the year. It was like crap weather. It's like, I'm bored. I've got nothing to do. And like during the weekdays, everyone was just at work. So I just sat down and I was already watching the shows. I mean, I'd watched Arrow since it started. I'd watched Flash season 1 week to week. Then I just started to make videos and stuff like that. And it feels weird that that's where it all started. I mean, when did you start talking about Flash? Do you remember?
You mean like on YouTube?
Well, yeah, well,
Yeah.
not at a brick wall, but yeah.
No. I started like in season 1, I was making random videos about the Flash. It wasn't like a week to week thing. I was doing it because I was also revamping my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel used to be about other stuff, and then I changed it over to this, to the Arrowverse back season 2 or 3 of Arrow, and then season 1 of the Flash, and started out randomly. But then in season 2 is when I started reviewing it week to week, because I like the mystery of it. And I remember doing live streams and people saying, "Oh, you should do more reviews." And so I started doing it week to week, and that's kind of how mine all started. But it actually did help reinvigorate my channel, because my channel had been sort of in hibernation for like 8 years or something. I hadn't really done anything. So my channel actually really started, like legitimately started where it is now in 2015, I think, if I had to look back.
So the Arrowverse shows and stuff like sort of brought you back to talking on YouTube. Well, that's the thing. As I was saying, I think maybe I brought it up before you came on and stuff like that, but it was like, I mean, especially once, I'd say probably Flash, because they're like then the next year you got Supergirl and Legends, and by that point you just talk about that like way more than enough. Sometimes you're struggling to get it all in.
I mean, there were whole channels dedicated to one show. There are channels dedicated to one Arrowverse show.
Yeah, like in regards to the clips and stuff like that. But like, I was thinking about it, and someone in the chat might be able to specify exactly what it was, what year it was. But I remember there was a specific season where from Sunday night through to Thursday night, it was all DC TV. Yeah. I think the lineup was, it was Supergirl on Sunday, then Arrow on Monday, Flash on Tuesday, Legends on Wednesday, Black Lightning on Thursday.
Was it 2018? I want to say it was.
It might have been. It was around that. I feel like it might have been around the year of Crisis on Earth X, because remember it was a 4-night crossover.
Yeah,
I feel like it was that one, but I might be wrong. But yeah, it would have been like 2017, 2018, or something. It would have been like
whatever the first season of Batwoman was.
So no. It was before Batwoman.
Batwoman was added on Supergirl's night, right? On Sundays, correct?
Yeah, but it used to be just you'd have one show a week, one show a night.
No, I'm talking about when it was like overwhelmingly amounts of Arrow.
Oh yeah, there was like stuff where you had like there was like 2 nights a week where there was 2 shows, like Batwoman and Supergirl on the same night, and like Flash and like Legends or Black Lightning on the same night or something like that. Yeah, because
we had Black Lightning as well, which technically wasn't Arrowverse then, but Supergirl and Black Lightning weren't technically Arrowverse then, but they were all connected together. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like I remember when that happened. It might have been the Elseworld season. It was one of those. I don't think it was when Batwoman. Like it was like one was like Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, Legends, Black Lightning. I think that was the 5-day lineup.
Yeah,
or something like that. It was something along those lines. I
also want to point out that the network was doing really good then in terms of viewership. Like people were watching the CW.
Well, it's also like everything was going to Netflix as well. Every single show was going to Netflix. There was none of this thing like when Batwoman came and then all of a sudden all the shows went to Netflix except Batwoman, that went to HBO Max. Mm-hmm. So all those shows were going to
that was the beginning of the end. That deal was the beginning of the end for the CW.
I think HBO Max was the thing is I haven't seen like HBO Max still hasn't paid off. Like I don't know when I guess once James Gunn, Max. Sorry, like I think when James Gunn starts
the
doing
home
stuff,
of HBO.
Yeah. The only place you can watch HBO except for HBO. Such a weird lineup thing there. But I think like that sort of like when that started to split off, and then the Netflix deal just started to it ended. So no more shows were getting added onto HBO Max. Onto Netflix. I think the last show was like All American or something from memory. But then again, that's old, that show. So it might not have been that. It might have been something else. The finale starts in an hour and 20 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes until the finale airs. Hopefully there's no issues in regards to it airing. Like the funniest things I've always seen is like when people go, "Oh, I'm watching the CW," and all I can hear is this buzzing noise.
Yeah,
because it depends on the affiliate doing it. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Thank you, Shinkai, for that. Lone Wolf came in again, said, "So I know I mentioned the character ranking for Twitch, but what criteria would you base it on? Character development / arc from season 1 to 9, or written?" I mean, you could probably do it by season. Like for me, like because characters like some of these like flow in and out of like relevance, especially if they're there for a while. So if you use Iris, for example, I think she's decent in season 1, then has an okay season 6, but she's sort of floating in and out of relevance. And then sometimes they just stuffed her up. And then you have Ralph, who was only in there for 3 seasons. And I think he's probably got the best character arc outside of Barry on the show for The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go to Arrow, and then like there could be a character that was only there for 1 or 2 seasons. Like, you know, that has a really good arc. Or you go for a villain or something that's only there for 1 season. It has a really good beginning to end. So it probably just depends on the actual character, whether the character was there for a long time or there for 3 or 4 seasons or 1 season. Obviously, it's probably easier if they're only there for 1 season because it's more contained. But yeah, so it probably just depends on the character alone. Wolf. But thank you very much for that. Cyber Fox said, Kid Flash got done dirty in the Arrowverse, in my opinion. They had no clue what to do with Wally, even on Legend of Tomorrow. I wish we got more of him. I agree with that. I think that Wally West had some cool parts, but he was a hard character. Like, I think it was anyone that, because the speedster stuff, Barry was always going to get the cool speedster stuff, and it was whoever was there was going to get like maybe like in tandem they're there and they get to help, but they were never going to get the main focus. Right. But I think he was good on Legends when he went there, but he was just too overpowered. I mean, he was clearly the most powerful character on there by like a ridiculous margin. Like, could anyone even? I mean, no one could even take him on. And he didn't go there when it was the Legion of Doom. He went there when it was the Amulet. What was it? What were they? The
Bebo season, wasn't it?
The Bebo. But what were they called? What were the things they were hunting? The
totems? Was it
the totems? The totem things. So that was like a weird season for him to go there because he was so clearly overpowered. But yeah, that's the issue with Wally. I mean, it would have been cool if he had like his own thing where he was the leader of something for a bit. Or my opinion is that in season 4 of The Flash, Grant should have been gone for 3 episodes at the beginning. But they were worried about, which is ironic considering Eric Wallace's tenure and him like sometimes interludes taking up 3 episodes and Barry not being involved in all of them. But I think at the beginning of season 4, or at least 2, or just the entire first episode at the very least. But like Wally's the main Flash for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then Grant gets out of the Speed Force.
They could have at least gave him 1 full episode of him being the main Flash.
Yeah, so I would prefer like 2 or 3, and it would have been really cool. And that would have been warranted enough to give him a Flash suit as well, or to update his Kid Flash suit, or maybe it was like, maybe like I don't know, something, whether it was the silver one or whatever it was, something along those lines. I think that would have been really cool. But I think overall, because we're just theorizing what they could have done, yeah, he could have been handled much better. But thank you very much for that, Cyber Fox. Gary came in and said, will Superman get a season 4? I think it's 50-50 at this point. I don't think anyone has anything to really suggest yes or no on either side. I think it's right down the middle. At least that's where my point of view is. I think it's like straight down the middle, 50-50, everything like that. Nor exists as a Wally replacement, I guess, but that's because like I mean you could argue like look what they did with Nora. Nora became pretty much the main character in season 5 as well, of the Flash, and why couldn't they do it with Wally? But I don't know. But I guess they had the hack where she can just go off and go back to the future and stuff like that. Maybe her mingling in the past too much will mess up the timeline. So yeah, I think Superman Lois is just 50-50 for a season 4. Do you have an opinion on that, like 50-50 wise, or are you leaning one way or the other?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I feel like it's a flip of a coin, because I do believe it means that Max will have to pick it up. I personally don't think it's coming back on the CW. That's my opinion. I think it's going to come back. Yeah. It's going to come back on Max. I think the CW is their space for shows is running out because they keep advertising new stuff they're acquiring. I don't know where they'd have room for that. And the president said they're not making any money off of Superman and Lois. So I don't see any way that. Yeah,
Warner Brothers would be making be the only ones making off it, like with like the DVD sales and stuff like that. Thank you very much for that, Gary. With some stuff in the chat. I was reading some stuff out from the chat before. Do you think Kian will sacrifice herself for Caitlin? I think she just brings Caitlin back to life. That's my opinion. I think she's made of Caitlin, so she could just probably take a fingernail clipping and then make Caitlin out of that. I think that's what she's going to do. At least, that's my thoughts around it. It just seems like that's what's going to happen. Superman Lois has 4 more episodes, I think, after yesterday's episode. I think yesterday's was episode 9, so 10, 11, yeah, so 4 more, 10, 11, 12, 13. She can do what she did to Dirt Plane. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Dirt Plane, Jesus Christ.
That's a funny name.
Captain J came in and said, Paige, I appreciate all the reviews and breakdowns you have done for the Flash. Your Flash videos are going to be missed. Where is my Flash suit? It's in the laundry. It's at the laundromat. So RIP the Flash suit. Someone threw some green dye at it. Wait, that's a Marvel thing. Anyway, so yeah, it's getting cleaned. It's getting cleaned. That's all I can say. But hey, why would I give away my secret identity on stream? Wait, did I already do that? Maybe I did.
You did.
I'm not too sure.
You did.
But yeah. But the thing is that that's the thing.
I have a Flash suit too in my closet. So
yeah, but your one's the one from season 4 with like the oh no, yours is the season 5 one with the bike helmet. So that's why you're not wearing it out of embarrassment. Yeah. That's why you're not wearing it. But yeah, it's gonna be weird not having the Flash, because it's all like, I'm still gonna like, you know, retrospective stuff, but it's more the reviews and stuff like that, because that was my favorite thing to do, was the review things, was just sit down and talk about an episode. So that's weird that that's gone. That's not going to be a thing anymore. Like, I will do a season 9 review, a whole thing. People wanted me to do like a Red Death. I just would have been sitting there going, this was crap. This was crap. This was crap. So I'll do a season 9 review, and that'll be, I guess, like the final review, or I guess something like that.
Yeah.
Where I break down specifics of it, but that might not be out for like another week. I might want to rewatch this season, or just like certain parts of it. But yeah, that'll be I'd say probably like a week after or something like that. What the hell? Rago said maybe hot take, but I think the season 4 suit was the worst for the Flash. That might be a hot take. That might be quite a take. I'm not gonna lie, that might be quite the hot take there. Thank you, Captain.
Room temperature take. Room temperature take.
I'm not too sure. It's definitely not a cold take. I'll say that. It's raging hot.
By the way, I've only got about 15 minutes left before I have to head out. So
that's all good. That's all good. We got Barnique, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, who with the super chat here. Thank you very much for that, Barnique. Aliba started with your crisis theory, y'all the OGs. Well, yeah, the thing is that I've seen there's been channels that have popped up like over like the past like season or two, which is like, I mean, probably the worst time possible. I wouldn't have done that, but like that's the thing. Like, I understand, like that, whether it's myself or Eric or anyone else that did videos and stuff, that we were a part of like people watching the show and stuff like that. Like, oh, you watch the show? Oh, go watch this video afterwards and stuff like that. So I understand that. So it does feel weird, because I know that is the case as well. It's not just, oh, because I don't get to watch the show anymore and I don't get to talk about it. But I understand that, you know, other people don't get to watch about it, get to watch the show, and also, you know, watch videos and discuss things and like that. So it is a weird thing across the board.
Well, the other thing is that people may not know people in their day-to-day life that they can talk about these shows with. Like, I don't have any friends that I have a little bubble of people that watch the shows with me, but like going out and meeting people where you don't just talk to people about stuff like this. So for me, I felt like this what we do here is a way to connect with other people in the chat who also love the shows. So you get a chance to talk about it with people that care about the shows. So
yeah. So Eric has no friends apparently. That's what
just the hotness. Just the hotness.
Yeah, we watched a video about that, the Amazing King, before, of them tearing down the.
Oh, I saw that. That was.
Which I was surprised that it only happened. I don't know if it happened yesterday or it happened like a couple of weeks ago, because the show's been wrapped for like over a month now.
Yeah, I just didn't need to see the video.
Yeah, no, it was weird. The thing was, if they were tearing down any other part, it would be fine, but they were tearing down CCPD and Star Labs. Like, it wasn't like they were tearing down like some other random interior thing. But I was thinking that's been there for like, especially CCPD, because that was with the pilots. That's been there for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. Like, that's been there for ages. Them like, or at least like almost 10 years, about like, 9.5 or something like that. God, they must have. I wonder if they had to keep like making sure that wasn't going to fall over, because that the stairs, like people had to walk upstairs and stuff like that. I wonder, he's like, I would have been like a bit scared walking on all that stuff. Like, am I going to fall off?
A lot of sets were sacrificed because obviously the pipeline, they don't really show that anymore, so that set was gone. I think they got rid of that one when they built the Speed Lab.
I think the speed lab was from the pipeline area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they even like it's got like a little circle thing where So I think they had that one little thing where you can go to like the pod that they'd have that they'd lock people up in.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if I can't remember the last time we saw that. They must have turned that into something else.
Someone said it was like season 7, I think was the last time that we saw.
You know what I reckon they turned it into?
What?
Chester's office.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. That's probably right. Yeah.
I reckon that's what they turned it into. Chester's little lab office thingy. Because that was never a thing from memory before. At least I don't remember. So yeah. Thank you very much for that, Aliba. Jermaine said, I wonder if Cecile's college daughter returns tonight. I mean, knowing Eric Wallace, he would. Someone sent me a video or like a screenshot of a video. It was like, I think the Flash people were like the writer strike thing yesterday. So like Eric Wallace was there, Daniel Nicolette Grant, Daniel Panabaker, a couple of other people. And the video, it was Eric Wallace walking with Daniel Nicolette.
I want to point out also that it's not that they have to mention her daughter every episode, but it is a little weird that that's the only child. Jenna is the only child that Cecile seems to care about.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but obviously that she was introduced, I think, before they really knew what they were exactly going to do with the character and everything like that. So yeah. Lone Wolf said, I found both of you during Flash season 2. I was 23, now 30. Thanks for the journey. You guys are awesome. Also, Eric, will you join Paigey for the ranking?
What ranking are we talking about?
Like the character rankings or something like that. But that will be something for like next week or something like that. Okay. That won't be for anything like.
By the way, tomorrow. Just a heads up, I will be live tonight, but it will not be on Twitch.
Okay.
On YouTube. I am doing my review live tonight. So my normal Twitch time, I will be here on YouTube. So if you're watching this now and you normally watch me on Twitch, I will be live on Twitch tomorrow, but tonight I will be live here on YouTube and we'll be talking about the episode later. So
yeah, I'm going live on Twitch, but I'll be like way before. It'll be like an hour and a half before you do your normal thing.
Oh yeah, I won't be live for another I'll be live like 3 hours after the episode.
So, Eric's live ages. He's night owl. But thank you very much for that, Lone Wolf. Yeah, I'll probably get Eric on and stuff like that for that. Liam Donan said, thanks for all the years, man. It's been fun. I couldn't see that heart there, but now I can see it over here because it's orange. With the blue heart. Is that a cobalt blue heart? Is that a cobalt blue inspired heart? I'm assuming it is.
It is referencing my theory from back in season 1. So
awesome. In your like part weird fever dream sort of thing. But yeah, thanks, Liam, for that. Yeah, it's I saw there was an interview with Stephen Amell. I don't know if it was new or they did it like back then. They just saved the questions and stuff like that. But he was talking about like the end of the Arrowverse and like whether the Flash was the right one to do it. I think the Flash is the right show to do it. It was either Arrow to do it or Flash, and Arrow was always going to end before the Flash.
Could you imagine if it was Legends? Legends would have been.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's the biggest concern. Like I saw people like, would you have wanted Legends to keep going or Batwoman to keep going, but the Flash end, and then those two shows are just the ones you wouldn't want it? I think the Flash is the right show to end the Arrowverse. I don't think it would have worked if it was like the only thing is like if it was Superman and Lois was setting it, I think it would have been somewhat fine.
Mm-hmm. I think Superman and Lois would have been fine. I wouldn't have had an issue with that. I think Legends was too disconnected from the Arrowverse, to be honest. And Batwoman,
no one knew Batwoman.
She was a street level hero, sort of like, again, in her own little pocket. The Flash, Arrow, both of those two, not so much Superman and Lois because obviously they're on their own Earth, but the Flash and Arrow sort of was the connective tissue for all of the other shows.
Yeah. So. Check Tom Cavanagh's interview. I might do it now. I might agree if it's worth talking about after the. I'm interested to see. The one thing I'm looking forward to, if it happens, which I'm assuming it would, because it'd be super weird if it doesn't. The only thing the reason it might not happen is because of the writer's strike. Because I think people part of the WGA can't do interviews. So I'm not too sure unless he did it beforehand, because you know how the writer's strike was like everyone knew it was going to happen, but there was like a 2-week lead up to it. So people got stuff out before it happened. Right. So I'm wondering
you mean the people in the WGA can't do interviews? Is that what you're saying?
So Eric Wallace, so he's the showrunner. He's in the WGA, obviously, because he's a writer. So I am wondering, has he done a season finale interview?
I don't know because I know some of the actors have done season.
Yeah, but they're not a part of the Writers
Right.
Guild.
No,
Like
no, I
they
get
can
it.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if because if he hasn't done it, then that'd be really weird. Because that was the one thing I was interested in seeing, like him either explaining why he did certain things in the finale, but also what he wanted to do if maybe he had 3 or 4 more episodes. Because he teased stuff, but he never really dived into it because he
Right.
didn't want to spoil what was at the end of this season.
Imagine being the show. Imagine being the showrunner for a show that's ending right now and not being able to do interviews about it. That's
Because the thing is, I know they can do ones with, but I think it's when they can't talk to the publications. Like if I said Eric Wallace jump on, he could jump on and talk because I'm just me. I'm not affiliated with anything.
But he can't do actual sit down interviews.
I don't know if he can go talk to Deadline and stuff because they're connected to larger industry things. So I'm not too sure exactly what's going on there. Okay, something in the chat that sort of distracted me. But thank you very much for that, Liam. We got Ultra Media saying, 60 kg when I first found you, now I'm obese. That's why it's the journey. That's why. Oh, I just took something away. Oh, God. I think it was Cheyenne. I think I just lost your goddamn super chat. Oh, God. I'll try and find it.
I know if you want, I was reading them over here.
What did it say? Do you remember what it said?
To know our origin story, basically how we became friends on YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Because I double clicked. God, I hate that.
Yeah, Cheyenne said like besties, I think is what he used.
Okay. So thanks for that, Cheyenne, because that's a lot. I accidentally clicked it away and I can't find it anymore. Origins. I mean, I think so. I don't think me and Eric had talked, but I think the first I think probably did it was that I think it was when I hit 100K subscribers, I did a video and I shouted out Eric and funnily enough Boba. Haven't talked about it in ages. Well, there'll be a reuniting of that in about a week. If anyone wondering, on Eric's channel in next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend.
This weekend, because this weekend will just be a normal after party, but the following weekend will be the one with me, you, and Boba. So
okay, so next week on Eric's channel, there's going to be a stream with me, Eric, and Boba talking about, is it just the Flash or DC TV as a whole?
It's just DC TV as a whole. We're going to talk about like the state of it and
the changes.
We will talk about the Flash. We will talk about the Flash, but we'll talk about like everything. So
okay, so next week. So yeah, but that going back to that. So that's next week on Eric's channel, the stream there. But whenever it was, I think it was like, whenever I hit 100K, I did a video obviously saying thanks for 100K, but I shouted out Eric and Boba because they made different content. Like obviously they did still like DC TV stuff, but like with those different perspectives. Or I think I shouted out Boba because everyone was like, make Gotham videos. I'm like, Gotham came out on the same day as Flash or Arrow. I remember that back in the day. It came out. It came out the same day as one of the shows. And it was like you had to choose. You had to pick or choose which one you wanted to do, at least in regards to like doing a video straight away. So I think that's why I shouted out Boba, I think from memory. And also just a different perspective. And then Eric did different videos as well. So that was where I think I talked to Boba before that. So I think I knew Boba before that, at least through DM chat, but I don't think I'd ever really talked to Eric. And I think that's what started it. And then it developed, and then just like and
then I worked on getting a live stream with all 4 of us together. That was the next thing, is that I was like, hey, we should all do a stream together with Ben. I don't remember how Ben, I don't know how did Ben get included in that?
Because Ben didn't used to make video. Ben used to re-upload clips, and then like
I'll be honest, I don't remember how Ben got caught up in all of it. I remember that like I asked Boba, I asked you. I don't remember how Ben got caught up in it. Maybe somebody suggested that. They were like, hey, maybe you should have Ben on or something. I don't remember. Anyway, that was the next evolution of that. And Paige's video and then the live stream series was like the origin story.
Yeah. And then just sort of knock my mic. Just float on like that. Yeah. We've never met. I've met Ben in person. I was meant to meet Eric in person at the same time, but that was at Comic-Con in 2019.
Oh, that was so wrong. With that
where movie. I had like an extra pass and I put Eric down, but then they sent it, like it was the right thing. I gave them the right information, but they sent Eric the wrong pass. They sent him Eric
Johnston from Supergirl TV, Eric Johnston.
Yeah. So there's a guy called Eric Johnston who does those like BatwomanTV.com, Supergirl TV or whatever it is.
And so I reached, and it was like literally like a week before Comic-Con, and I reached out to them and I was like, hey, this is the wrong badge. and they were like, well, we can't reprint badges right now if somebody's already claimed the one. So apparently the person who got my badge went ahead and claimed their badge, and so I couldn't get mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the problem.
So yeah, that was the story there. So we were meant to meet in person, but it never happened because of that.
Yeah.
2 Iron said, I just got my photos signed by Grant today. Did Grant do what's the context? Did Grant do a thing? Or was it like you send in your photo and he signs it? But yeah, well, it'd be a weird day for a convention. It's the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So it must be
maybe did it get mailed and he got the photo, or they got the photo?
Maybe. Yeah. I just got my signed photo by Grant. Okay, maybe so that's what happened. Oh no, you bought it on eBay. Okay, I get you. You bought it on eBay. I was wondering, I was like, okay, it's not the weekend. If it was the weekend, maybe there might have been a convention, but yeah. Okay, well, I've only got one signed photo, which is Stephen Amell telling me I'm wrong. So that's all I got. That's all I got right there. Thank you very much for that, 2 Iron. I got UFO Fanatic who said, I hope Zoom I hope Zoom kills Allegra and Cecile. Also, I hope they don't make Zoom like Red Death where he doesn't kill anyone. I think okay, so there's that shot from the trailer where Zoom is in front of the cops. Do you think he runs and kills a lot of those cops?
I think cannon fodder is possible. I think that those no-named characters are possibly cannon fodder for him. Now, I don't know if that'll actually happen, but if it's going to happen, those are the type of characters that it will happen to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Zoom does. Yeah, that does that. That's why I think.
Or he tries to do it and gets stopped. Like he's going to kill them, and then something happens. Like literally, he's getting ready to like do something to like put his hand through their chest or something, and somebody stops him. It like he's not able to do it. That's the only way I see that happening, to be honest. But,
yeah. That's I think that's what Zoom does, and I don't think using Zoom and Red Death in the same sentences is the way to go. UFO. that's I think that's maybe a bit of too much of an insult towards Thingo. But yeah, I think that's what happens there. I think he'll at least kill those cops. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like they did in that tunnel just so no one potentially spoiled it. Maybe I'm not too sure. But thank you very much for that, UFO. We got David Casas or Cassis. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably butchering it, so my bad. Do you believe that changes in the original producers of The Flash tainted the quality of the show? So I guess that means like the showrunners, maybe? Well, so Andrew Kreisberg did season 1 and 2. He was the showrunner for season 1 and 2. But during season 2 of The Flash, he also showrun Supergirl. So he was doing double duty. And I think during season 2, he brought in Todd Helbing. And Aaron Helbing, I think, or it's at least Todd Helbing, and he was like the co-showrunner because he was doing a lot of Supergirl. So really, I think Andrew Kreisberg, despite he did some weird stuff, I think he was the best at I think handling story. I think, or at least just making sure what happened at certain points, But like with Todd, I think Todd Helbing took over in season 3 proper, and then he did season 4 and 5. He did 5 by himself, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. I think it depends, because the thing is, your first season or 2 is always going to be your strongest. If it's not, it's very weird. It's usually because you probably stuffed it up at the beginning. Legends, for example. Legends, you don't know what you are. You don't know what your show is. So Legends, for example, its best season is like season 2 or 3. Because it didn't find its footing until about halfway through season 1. But The Flash knew what it wanted to be. Like The Flash season 1 is pretty much a movie that's just extended.
Yeah,
like that's what season 1 is. So it's always going to be that way with a decent amount of shows. That season 1 is because you're trying not to get cancelled.
Yeah,
you're trying to you put your best stuff out there because you want to make sure that you're renewed. Sometimes your second season can be the best one, but most of the time it's your first one. Now, for me personally, I think there's only been 2. Well, at least I think season 9 is probably going to go in there. Though I think the ending, I think I'm going to be somewhat happy with the ending. Before season 9, I think there was only 2 bad seasons, which were season 5 and 7.
Yes,
that's for me personally.
Seasons that I think were unsuccessful. Yes, I think season 5 and 7 were extremely unsuccessful seasons.
Yeah, but I think season 9, when you look at it, most of it's just like Red Death and Interludes, just wasn't very good. I think this final storyline I'm enjoying for what it is. Obviously, you have to wait and see how it wraps up in less than an hour. We're less than an hour away from the episode starting.
Yeah. Speaking of I have to head out, so
Okay.
I will see everyone later. You're doing another live stream. I know I might not be around for that, but I will be live later here on YouTube. So if anybody wants to come
Well,
and
any
watch
final
me,
words before the finale?
fingers crossed. I hope it's good. I'm thinking that I think it's highly improbable that it's completely bad, if that makes any sense. I think there's going to be some good in it regardless, but we'll see how he wraps up everything.
Oakley.
I don't know. Are you going to be around later, by the way? Are you going to join me later?
I'll be live like after my review goes up on Twitch for a bit, like an hour or so, just a breakdown. But if you're live on YouTube, I might join you because I've got no plans for at least for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so yeah, it's basically my live review, which means that will be my review for the episode. Will be my live video later. So all right, see everyone later.
So yeah. Oakley dokley. So yeah, we are under an hour until the episode starts. 55 minutes until the Flash finale airs, which is crazy that we're in the final thing. But that's probably I know people don't, probably won't agree with it, which is fine. But I think there's only been 2 bad seasons, which is 5 and 7. I enjoyed season 6 a lot outside of, like, some minor things, and I like season 8 for the outside of, like, 2 episodes. That's pretty much the best way. 55 minutes till I die. That's what Amazing King Extra says. 55 minutes until I die. Not until I die, me, but until I guess he dies. Can you pin the link of the site? Just type in ustvnow.com. ustvnow.com. That's the best way. That's the website. I won't pin it or anything like that. Let's make sure I'm just making sure because I did get a donation through something else. I want to read it out. David Casas again. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Would you have wanted Earth 19's Purple Lightning Flash to return in season 9? I think it's like a bit of a fun cameo sort of thing. It would have been cool. Like, I don't know if it's a recurring character because we never really knew too much about it. But as like a fun cameo, it would have been cool, especially with the multiverse stuff. I think it would have been fun. But yeah, like I know, like. I feel like we were a bit cheated of that. I feel like we should have got more of that. I feel like we should have got something there, but I don't know. It was fun when it was. I remember all the crazy theories when he showed up. Like, when did he show up first? I think it was season 3 I think it was 3. I feel like it was season 3, or was it season 4? I feel like it was season 3. But I remember all the crazy theories when we first got a sign of him. Like, oh, is he gonna like lead into something? It was pretty crazy. Yeah, season 3. I think even people said he was Savitar as well. Like, those crazy things like that. So yeah, it would be cool to have things like that. I do have the sneak peek here. We will watch it before we end because, as I said, oh my god, it just killed my goddamn ears. Oh my god, ow. It's like a loud pitch noise. I'm gonna have to turn that down before I play it next. I've got it loaded up here. But yeah, we'll watch it before we as we close out the stream. So we're gonna close out the stream. We'll probably go until like 15 minutes before the episode starts, so everyone has a chance to, do your personal business, get a drink, get a snack, bowl of Fritos. Does anyone eat those Fritos? I've tried once and I was like, these are weird. But anyway, Fritos or something like that. Yeah. And then you can do that and then sit down and watch it. So give 15 minutes or so to watch before it starts. What was I going to say? Oh, here we go. So we did get a donation through Streamlabs. So this is from, I won't read your real name. I'll read your name here. Dark Hollow X. So Dark Hollow X. Can I bring it up? I won't be able to bring it up on the stream. So I'll just leave it there. I'll just read it out. So Dark Hollow X said, do you believe Eddie will stay good at the end and not die? Or will you think he will either stay or evil or become good and not die again? My thought around it is that it's clear that the crystal is the thing that's corrupted him and sort of latched onto his negative thoughts and negative memories and bad thoughts and bad memories, whatever it is. So I think the crystal just gets destroyed. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the crystal might get destroyed. Yeah, that's what I think. That's probably what I would say. And also, I did see there was a behind the scenes shot of like Rick Cosner in the suit, and the bit where the crystal is, it's not actually on the suit. It's like a magnet sort of thing. So I wonder if there's a version of the magnet that goes on that's like the crystal either shattered or it just has no crystal in there or something like that. Or it's got like little tiny broken parts of crystal on the chest thing there. So I think the crystal gets destroyed and it maybe undoes everything. That's what I think. That's a way where I think you can make it that Eddie's not truly the villain, it's the crystal. And it might undo any sort of damages that might have happened with the timeline changes. At least that's a thought that I have there. That could play out potentially, but that is a wait and see. That is a wait and see. But I don't think they're going to make Eddie die evil, but they might have him die again. They might just undo what the crystal did, which is bringing him back to life. So, yeah, it's hard to predict exactly how it's going to play out, but that's something I could definitely see. Black Flash will kill all the negative speed forces. I mean, if Black Flash shows up, that would be pretty insane. I think we're going to get a bit of Black Flash just because that's what Zoom became. So I think there might be something where they show Black Flash, but it might just be the stuff we got at the end of season 2. So I don't know if it'd be anything new, because unless it's like they actually show Black Flash showing up because these speedsters aren't meant to be there. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Where I can watch the final episode. I'm from Germany. If you go to, you have to pay. You do have to pay. It's US TV now. There's probably some other things, but I'm not going to promote anything that's not legal on stream. Otherwise, that's a no-no, if you know what I mean. A no-no. Paige, you're going to laugh at the Tom Cavanaugh interview. As I said, I'll read it after I watch the episode and stuff. And if we might read it on Twitch. As I said, if there's anything you have that you want me to sort of react to or what, like, read out or something after we watch the finale, we'll do it on Twitch. I think that'd be fun. Just a bit of a cool down. But here's the thing. If you can't make it to Twitch, if it's too late, I will be live on YouTube tomorrow around the time, probably around right now. So right now, whatever time it is right now, we'll probably be live on Twitch tomorrow. And it'll be a more proper thing once everyone's been able to watch it. And, because some people might not be able to watch it till like tomorrow or something like that, or, whatever it is. So it'll be live on Twitch, on YouTube right here again, this time tomorrow as well. So if you can't make the Twitch, there. Yeah, tomorrow we'll all be grieving. That's the way to put it. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Dark Hollow. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch for later tonight, if you are going to be up, link is in the description down below. So, but that's up to you. If you want to do that. Okay, I got that there. Just making sure I've got that all set up so when we can watch it when we're about to end the stream. But we still got like at least 20, 30 minutes until we do that, so it's all good. There we go. Let me open that. Okay, so Lone Wolf said, I wish we got Jesse Quick back in some way. Do you? Yeah, but at the same time, I think you had to wait till episode 9 happened. You know what I mean? I think you had to wait till episode... there we go. So it's Nexus. I saw, so next. I wasn't too sure that was your the thing that popped up here, but I didn't want to read it out just in case. I just read out the Dark Hollow name. So yeah, Nexus is Dark Hollow. So thank you, Nexus, for that. But yeah, I mean, it would have been cool, but I think they had to wait till the Oliver Queen episode where the multiverse was reshaped, or like at least not reshaped, where Barry and stuff knew of the multiverse again. I think that it had to wait till that, if that makes sense. So it would have been cool, but maybe if there was like 5 more episodes this season. I think it feels weird that when you got 13 episodes, it would have been cool if we had like 3 to 5 more episodes, like not 23, like maybe that was that would have been too much, but like 3 to 5 more episodes just to let other stuff flesh out. But it would have been cool to get her back, especially if like maybe it was an episode that Wally was in as well. I mean, we did see her in the Wally episode, but it was just from season 3, something like that, season 2 or season 3, because I think it was her in her suit. So yeah. David, once again, should Purple Lightning Flash return season? No, you asked it before, but well, yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have seen him. It would have been cool, but it would have been a bit of an Easter egg. But you never know. Maybe we could. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't shock me too much if they show like all the speedsters we've seen on the show that at least aren't in this finale already. So yeah, like that could happen there. So it'd be cool, but I don't know if we're going to get it. But fingers crossed something cool might happen. Canada Graphs donated $15 or 15 Canadian dollars. I'll specify that. Thank you very much for that. Hey, man, I know we've had some differences over the years, but you've definitely helped put more eyes on my channel too. Good luck with what comes next. And that's the thing. So I think I saw people saying in the chat before, because obviously I'm getting around to the super chat late. But I think everyone can say thank you to Canada Graphs. Like, sure, there's been some spoilers that maybe we wouldn't have wanted to know, but there's been stuff that's allowed people to get excited for what's to come. Like the Cobalt Blue stuff, for example, we got to see the suit. What was it? Like about a month ago, 5-6 weeks ago, whenever it was. So, and we knew it was coming. We would have been disappointed, like, oh god, we're not going to see it. So we got like a bit more of a taste of it to the point where now we can see it in the finale play out. So, I think we can say thank you to Canada Graphs for all those all the photos and stuff like that over the years. Whether it was Flash or whether it was Arrow or Crisis and stuff like that. Of course, Canada Graphs and Mark Guggenheim have their beef. I think that might be a celebrity boxing match thing for like a couple of months down the track, but that's not for me to organize. So yeah, so it goes. The thanks go the same way, Canada Graphs, for that. I think everyone can say thanks, Canada Graphs. For most of the photos, yeah. For most of the photos, I don't think people are forgiving you for the sus shot of the Cecile's backside. That was a bit too sus. But anyway, thank you very much for that, Canada Graphs. Cheyenne, I'm not going to delete this one. I'm going to be able to bring it up on screen, Cheyenne. Don't worry. I won't be deleting this one. Cheyenne said, how did you get Stephen Amell to write that? You met? No. So funnily enough, we mentioned Canada Graphs. Canada Graphs got that photo. We got like the autograph thing from Stephen Amell. So hold on, I might go get it. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Just in case no one's seen it before, so give me 2 seconds. Okay. Let me fold it down so I can hold it. Okay. Where are we? Okay, there we go. Hold on. It's got a thing at the back. I've got to push it in. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. It says, Pagey, you're always wrong. And then it's got like Stephen Amell's. There we go. That's a good shot of it. Pagey, you're always wrong. And it's got Stephen Amell's autograph there. So that was, yeah. So that's the photo. Should probably be able to put that there. Make sure that doesn't fall. There we go. So yeah. I'm not going to mention anything that's going on down below. That's all I'll say that. I don't want to give anyone any sus shots or anything like that. Actually, I'll mention I'm wearing some tight pants here, so I knew there was going to be some weird sus shots if I got up and didn't turn the camera off. So, yeah. Will you watch the Spider-Man 2 gameplay on Twitch later? I've only seen screenshots. If we're on Twitch and people link it, we'll watch some stuff. I don't know how long we'll be live on Twitch for, but at least an hour and a half or something like that. Not wearing leggings. They're just like tracksuit pants. Like they're really tight to keep me warm. But yeah. Look, I shouldn't have mentioned the pants. Everyone wants pants reveals. You're not getting pants reveals. I'll say that right now. There's no pants reveals. No pants reveals happening today. None of that happening. But yeah, I've never met Stephen Amell. I mean, I know there's been like some, why am I pointing up there again? I took the photo down. But yeah, like, never met Stephen Amell. He was in Australia recently, but he wasn't in my city. He was in like, I live in Sydney. He was in like Gold Coast, which is up in Queensland, and then he was down in Melbourne, which is like, yeah. So if he was in Sydney, I probably would have like tried something to try and go meet him and stuff like that. But yeah, I couldn't be bothered traveling like that in that, at least that far. Pantless Pagey, let's not get that trending. We can't have that. But thank you very much for that, Cheyenne. And then UFO, I would like a scene where all the speedsters are chasing Barry and Barry makes time remnants or speed mirages just to show how powerful since season 3. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to happen. I never really thought about something like that. I do think we might see like Zoom make a time remnant just because why not? YOLO, he likes to do it anyway. But yeah, I could see Zoom doing that. But maybe Barry might do that. It seems like Barry did in season 2, so he's not shy from doing it. So he could definitely do it if he wanted to. So I'm expecting some cool stuff in the finale. My only worry is because of the Grant COVID thing. But then again, that's all that's all CGI anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As long as they can get him to do some like voiceover stuff, then that's all that really matters. So yeah. But thank you very much for that, UFO. What was the thing I saw in the chat that I wanted to bring up? Am I a Taurus? I am a Taurus. I guess people know when my birthday is, so that's an easy way to do it. But yeah, I am a Taurus. The bull. What? That's not I don't know. That's like a bunny rabbit. Anyway, like a bull, whatever a bull looks like. That's me. New CW Flash stories. I mean, I can bring them on. Oh, I might zoom out. There we go. CW Flash. Is there new stories? Nah, I think it's at least where I'm up to. It's showing them up to date. So yeah, they're all old. Not old, but they're all the same that I saw before. It's only an hour finale. Yeah, it's only 45, I don't know, 44 minutes, something like that. Whatever the episode length is. Like, yeah, but within an hour. So an hour, but with ad breaks. So like what, a 40 odd minute episode or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to have an extra hour or something like that. But I mean, the CW was like being really tight with its budget this year. So it's probably never going to happen unless they started like a half of last episode was the beginning of all that stuff. And then like they finished the fight halfway, like pretty early on into this week's episode or something. I guess I can see the disappointment. To me, I'm not really that bothered because at least they've like written it to be an hour or fit in that time. So I'm fine with it. But yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to have a bit of a longer episode or another episode attached to that or something like that. Hey, Paige, what is your favorite speedster color? Speedster lightning color, and in the finale, will Savitar and the rest have red lightning due to negative forces? In regards to that last bit, I'd assume so, just because Savitar's lightning. In regards to, am I frozen? Oh, no, I'm not frozen, am I? I'm not frozen. Okay. Don't write that in the chat. That's really okay. Because then I have to like look over here and I have to wait like 30 seconds. Okay, all good. I'm not frozen. Okay. If anything happens like that, just refresh because I'll be able to know if I'm frozen usually. Anyway. In regards to my favorite lightning color, I mean it's probably just Barry's. I mean, it's probably just Barry's. I mean, if I had to say that, it's probably just Barry's. But one color I sort of wanted to see was green, which is like Inertia. Like Inertia has green lightning. I know technically in the Still Force we had some green stuff going on, but I wouldn't have minded to see like someone with green lightning. I think that would have been cool. I mean, Mina's was like white, wasn't it? Like a white lightning sort of thing going on. Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't mind to see green. Green's probably the one I would have wanted to see. But yeah, that's probably the best answer I can give there. Okay, so if you're subscribed to US TV now, go to CW11. It's called CW11. That's the channel. So if you go to the TV guide and scroll down, or even live TV, I'm not too sure one of them, CW11. You can even just type in the show, I think, in the search bar, The Flash, and you'll be able to find when it's live and stuff like that. But CW11 is the channel I use on US TV now. Lone Wolf did donate and said, do you wish we got a reverse Flash versus DeVoe episode during season 4? I never really thought about it, to be completely honest, but I mean, did Reverse Flash show up? I know he was in Crisis on Earth X. Was Reverse Flash in season 4? I feel like he was, and I'm just having a mind blank that he... Did he appear in the normal season 4? I think he did, but I don't think he did at the same time. I know he was on Crisis on Earth X, but I don't know if he appeared. He didn't. He was in the crossover, and that's probably why he was in the crossover, because he didn't appear throughout the season. Oh, no, yes, sorry. He appeared in flashbacks when they did the particle accelerator thing. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. I mean, it would have been something interesting there. But I never really thought about it, to be completely honest. I mean, he could have had like DeVoe versus Wells sort of thing, or Wells a bar, like just a wheelchair off or whatever it be. Something like that would have been pretty interesting. But yeah, never really thought about it, to be completely honest. Though, never really thought about it. But thank you very much for that, Lone Wolf. Do I like sitcoms? I like comedy. I'm not the biggest fan of the ones where they have the forced laughter, where it's like they cue the laughter and stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of those. I mean, I like Seinfeld, but not like, I mean, I like some of the stuff from Seinfeld. One of the things that annoys me with sitcoms is like the cued laughter. That's sort of annoyed. I don't really like that. Lone Wolf said, or a scene where Barry goes to Reverse Flash to defeat DeVoe. I mean, DeVoe was OP. Like, he was really OP. So, like, they could have done something where, like, I mean, you probably could have had like 5 speedsters there, and DeVoe probably still wins because of how OP he was. Like, the only way you could really defeat him was to do what they did, which was to go into his like mindscape thing and manipulate it in the way that they did. But yeah, I sort of wish we got more of DeVoe. I don't think the actor wanted to come back. I think the actor, because I don't think we got him again after that. I think he was only in season 4. I mean, a wheelchair off. I mean, you could have got something going on there. I mean, who had the better wheelchair? I mean, it's probably Wells. Wells has had like, I think he had the more pimped out wheelchair than DeVoe. What time is the Flash coming on? 35 minutes. So we're going to stream for like another 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up, and then everyone can get prepared, have a stretch or something like that until before it starts and everything like that. I'm gonna get myself ready because I'm gonna record a reaction to that as well. I have to set that up. I've got to remember that. Yesterday when I was about to watch Superman Lois, I was like, God, I'm literally about to sit down like 30 seconds before it goddamn starts. But yeah. Oh yeah, so the sneak peek, I've got it loaded up, so we'll watch it as we're going to end the stream. So at the last 5 minutes of the stream, we'll watch the sneak peek. So I've got it loaded up here. We'll watch that. Is the reaction live? I mean, it's not going to be a live video. I'm going to record it. I'm going to edit it and everything like that. So it'll be like an edited sort of video thing. Did Lex appear in Superman and Lois? No. I think he's I'm sort of confused because he started filming around episode 9. So he must be in next week's episode. Yeah, because he started, like, they made the announcement, he was on set, and they released like a first look photo when they were like on episode 9 or 10. So it must be next week. I found Philadelphia will be watching it in like 35 minutes. Yeah, Philly would be watching it then. It'd be like if you're like in a Midwest country, like a middle America country, where even then I think it's only West Coast doesn't get to watch it till like 2 or 3 hours from now. I think everywhere else is watching it in 35 minutes because it adjusts to their time zone. Will I cry in the finale? I wouldn't be able to tell you that. So people have asked me, like, are you like going to be emotional and stuff to watch it? And to be honest, I don't know. I honestly don't know. The most emotional I've gotten like this past week was when that video went up with Grant. And it was mainly the music. So, you know, the video where he is packing up the box, it was like the EW video. It says like God in a Flash, that box video, might I say. And it was mainly the music because the music's so like iconic, the Flash music and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like, it'd be like, I guess, whatever happens in the episode. I guess you'll see my reaction video because if I include myself crying, I won't shy away. I'll put it in the video. But the in regards to actually anything in the episode, I did not, because it depends what it is. Like, if it's like a really like emotional goodbye and stuff, then maybe, but I don't really know. Like with Arrow, for example, I knew in the Arrow finale I wasn't going to feel any sort of need or push to cry because I'd sort of tapped out emotionally during Crisis because Oliver is already dead. So there's no like massive story there. It was more like certain moments which got me like nostalgic, if that makes sense. So that's probably like a big thing that'll be in this episode is maybe like the nostalgia sort of thing. But in regards to like overly crying and stuff like that, I don't know if that'll be the case. Bro, I'm having so many flashbacks of times watching this show when I was younger. Just hope they don't fumble the bag. I think it's hard to fumble the bag, at least in regards to this right now, because they've said they're not closing it. They said it's a goodbye, but not a closing of it. So I think that alleviates some pressure off them. But I think it depends. Like when we go into this finale, whether it's you, PG the Goat, Justin, Darren, and Insomnia Addict, or whatever it is, we're going in there to watch, the ending of Grant, Candace, Danielle, like those OGs. My worry going into this finale is that we get too much Cecile, too much Chester, too much Allegra, too much Chilblain. That's my worry. If they're in it, I'm fine with that. But if we get singular scenes where we're watching Cecile and Allegra talk, then that's an issue. I'm like, you're wasting time here. Come on. But to be honest, we know Grant had COVID, so I don't know if that'd be like the fill in there. I'm not too sure. How do you think Timeless Wells will play in? So this sort of it's spoiled today. I know that like people just blatantly just posted photos of Tom Cavanagh in the finale as Timeless Wells. So I was like, okay, random. I think I don't know. I don't know if he just shows up or he plays a part in it. It might be because the timeline's acting weird and he jumps in there. Maybe I'm not too sure exactly what the context would be. Yeah, I'm not too sure. That's a wait and see. That's a wait and see. No, we also don't know if that like the timeless changes. Like that might not even be Timeless Wells. That might just be Wells in the present day. The timeline might change because the whole storyline is called A New World. How do we know that literally the whole storyline ends with a new world? Like one of my theories is that Barry does an Oliver Queen, or Keown does an Oliver Queen and brings people back to life that died. Because there was a photo of Michelle Harrison on set in the goodbye thing, and she doesn't look like Joan Garrick. Joan Garrick has like gray hair and stuff like that. She looks like Nora, and I know that could be the Speed Force, but I wouldn't like the Speed Force like at a party or something like that. So I wouldn't mind them having something where that happens, but I think bringing Henry and Nora back to life, or specifically Nora, is maybe jumping the shark a bit. I think that's jumping it too much. But I'm fine with like maybe Wells being back alive or some weird timeline change like that. But I think bringing back Nora maybe is a bit too much. I think maybe that's just jumping it too far. This guy Experience said, where can we watch it for free legally? I am a Taurus. In regards to like, I don't know, like someone might be able to lead him the right way. I can't say it on stream because it's promoting, some dodgy stuff. I don't know where you can watch it for free legally. There's places you can watch it for free, or you can watch it on US TV now and, pay $2 or something like that. But yeah, so I'm not too sure. I can't really answer that, to be completely this guy Experience. But US TV now is where I watch. Where I watch, might I say. And that's all I can really suggest. Otherwise, I'm promoting some potentially dodgy stuff. Paige, can you confirm what's on the seed? I can bring it up. I can bring it up right now. Hold on. Do I have it still up here? No, I don't. Okay, let me type it in US TV now. Share screen. There we go. So, as per usual, we've got Divorce Court. Divorce Court is live on the channel I watch, or Young Sheldon. If you got Divorce Court or Young Sheldon, then those are the two things that you got there. Those are the two shows. I usually watch on the Divorce Court channel, which I think is, let me pause that so it doesn't, CW11. That's what I was saying. It's CW11. Jesus Christ, what a shot, what a screenshot there. But yeah, Divorce Court is where I watch it, and it's CW11. So if you want to watch it, that's where you watch it. But yeah. We did get The Impulsive Scratcher. What a name. Do you think that will continue The Flash 4 to 5 years down the line? I really hope the final episode goes well. I'll definitely be missing The Flash. When you say continue, do you mean like they'll like do another thing with The Flash? Like I personally don't think this is the last time we'll see Grant Gustin as The Flash. Also, let me leave that up. I don't think this is the last time we'll see. I think we'll see something else along those lines. But I don't know about anything else. Like, I'm very interested to see what James Gunn does with The Flash. Like, because The Flash is too big of a character to just ignore, and he's jumping into the DC universe like head on. So I'm very interested to see what he does with Ezra Miller. I don't know if Ezra Miller is going to continue, but then again, they're promoting the hell out of this Flash movie. So maybe they're waiting to see what happens there. But yeah, I'll miss the show, obviously. Just maybe because it was like a staple sort of thing. Like it was a thing that was always on every single week for the most part. Or just always felt like it was a constant. So yeah, but it'd be interesting to see what happens going forward with The Flash, whether it's like an animated show or something like that. But yeah. But John's RIP, or John's RIP, wrote, Flash Season 8 is highly underrated in my opinion. I agree. I think Flash Season 8 is a good season of the show. I think it's only got like maybe like 2 weird episodes or 2 bad episodes, or 2 like, I think it's got 2 weak episodes and like maybe like 1 bad episode. Maybe one of those weak episodes is bad. But yeah, I think it's a really solid season overall. Like, I'll defend Season 8. pretty heavily. Reese apparently is watching Family Feud. They probably just got a random ass show now on the CW, whatever it is, whether it's Divorce Court, Young Sheldon, whatever it is. They used to play Big Bang Theory like last year. I think Big Bang Theory used to always be on, and that got replaced with Divorce Court. Now I'm watching too much Divorce Court. That I don't need that much Divorce Court in my life. But up this week, I guess. Actually, no, it's on before Superman and Lois as well. Goddamn Divorce Court as well. So yeah. Random Gamer says, oh, thank you, John Rip, for that, by the way. This is so messed up, bro. I lost Stargirl, now I'm about to lose Flash, and all I have is Superman and Lois, but who knows, that show might not be safe. Yeah, it's weird, but it's like the cutthroat thing with like the CW. Like the Stargirl, like for me, I was prepared for Flash to end. Like I just thought Flash was going to end in season 9. So I was like, okay, well, that makes sense to me. You know, you'd one up Arrow by one more season and then that'd be it. I was really annoyed when Stargirl was cancelled because it was such a good show. It was such a good show. All 3 seasons are really good. And the same thing will be with Superman and Lois if it doesn't go on. I think Superman and Lois does get renewed, whether it's by the CW or Max or what it was, HBO Max. But yeah, like Stargirl was a really like annoying one that it went away. What was this? Sorry. But yeah. I just want to make sure I got that. Okay, sweet. There was something weird popping up on my screen over there. So here we go. This is it. We're going to watch this. Oh, not goddamn Divorce Court. Get that off screen. Okay. We don't need that anymore. We are going to watch this. We are going to watch the sneak peek. So it's recorded with a goddamn, I don't know, maybe it wasn't meant to, I don't know where this aired, but it's coming from, actually, reminder, turn this down a bit because it killed my ears last time. This, I don't know where it aired, but because you can tell it's recorded with someone's phone or something like that. So we're going to watch it. This goes for 1:51. Okay, it's a long one. So we're definitely going to get claimed, but this is the end of the stream. So before we watch it, leading into the thing, I want to thank everyone that tuned in. Loved having you guys here chatting about the show. As I said, I have no idea. People said it doesn't have any spoilers. So apparently it doesn't have any spoilers. So if you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch. But apparently it doesn't have any spoilers. We're not watching Divorce Court. No Divorce Court. No Divorce Court. But we will. So yeah, after the episode tonight, I'm going to do my review. My review will go up. Within like 20 to 30 minutes of my review going up, I will be live on Twitch. If not soon, I might even go like 10 to 15 minutes. But on the pinned comment of that review, I will leave my Twitch link. If that link is still there, then I'll be live on Twitch. So I'll be live on Twitch tonight after the episode is, if you are up. But tomorrow, around this time, maybe half an hour earlier, I will be streaming on YouTube again, and we'll be doing a big like wrap up of the show and discussing all the talking points and anything like that. So yeah, so Twitch stream after the episode, about an hour and a half after the episode tonight, and a stream tomorrow morning. Nice troll in the chat, Christopher Hills, L. So yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow on YouTube here as well, and pretty much answering the big questions from the finale. Like, did they do a good job? Was there any issues there? Blah blah blah. I was going to say, was that Honey Boo Boo on Divorce Court? It looked like her, but here's the clip.
Oh my God, you're back.
Are you okay? How's the baby doing?
Oh, the contractions are about 2 minutes apart, and Dr. Lockett said that I have about an hour.
Iris, there's something you need to know. The negative speed force. You chose a new avatar.
Oh.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh my God.
Oh, what's his lightning color? I wish I'd showed that.
Blue now. Hey, Iris. Flash, take another step closer to her. Oh no, I'm not here to fight. I just came to say congrats.
Hey, how are you alive?
The negative speed force brought him back. Turned him against us. It showed me the truth.
I love his suit.
And
I love his suit.
it gave me the power to kill Barry and end his bloodline forever. Eddie, you kill me, you kill the speed force too. Exactly. And without the speed force divided together, the timeline will fall. I'll make a new one where I'm the hero. It's not personal. I just want my life back.
The negative speed force is a dark force of nature. Why would it want to help you?
It doesn't. It just wants to grow unchecked without the positive side standing in its way.
The negative side saved my life. It wants me to win, and I'll be the one with a family.
This isn't you. You're a good man. Let us help you.
You could have helped me before. Instead, you looked the other way while I shot myself in the chest. Now, any last words?
I've got 3. Run, Barry. Run.
Okay, well, there's your teaser for tonight's episode. He was really good in that scene. He was really, really menacing. I like that we had the bunny and stuff like that. I thought that was really good. So I'm excited for it. As I said, I wish we got like one more episode attached to this, maybe like one more episode of him in the present day. But yeah, I like that scene a lot. I thought that was really, really good. I'm really, really happy with that. But yeah, so the stream is coming to an end right now. As I said, Twitch after the episode, just stay. If you follow me on Twitter, you can stay there and everything and, you know, pay attention there. But on my review, I'll have a Twitch link. If that pinned comment is there, that means we're still live on Twitch. Episode starting in 20 minutes. So get your popcorn, get your drink, go to the bathroom, and do some break dancing. I don't know what you want to do. Get your energy out and enjoy the final episode of The Flash. And then, yeah, my review will be up soon, probably like an hour and 15, an hour and a half or something after the episode is. And then tomorrow, around this time, maybe about half an hour earlier than now, or maybe around this time, not too sure, you'll get a notification probably. We'll be live on YouTube to talk about the finale in more specifics and stuff like that tomorrow if you can't make it tonight on Twitch. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the episode if you're watching. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.